Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back with some more Funko Pop news as we're continuing trying to recap everything that happened during San Diego Comic-Con 2022. And yesterday we had a very exciting video where we finally unboxed our Fundays box of fun. And we got an amazing haul in that one. So if you have not checked out that video yet, make sure you go ahead and check that out because you are definitely going to love the pulls that we got in our box of fun. So I thought what we can do today is take a look at every single Funko Pop that Funko did release for both the box of fun along with the in-person Fundays during San Diego Comic-Con weekend, because there were a lot of figures and some really awesome ones that I'm sure not a lot of people have been able to see all of them together in one video. So I figured it might be cool to just go through all of them and take a look at them because they are definitely some really great looking figures. Before we get into the video today, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. If you love Funko Pops, Funko Pop content, this is the place for you. So hit that subscribe button, and you can also leave a like on this video. It does help make a massive difference for us. And you can always hit that bell to be notified whenever we have new videos. So in the box of fun that everyone was able to order online, and we did open ours up yesterday. That was a lot of fun. There were a total of 26 different Funko Pops, including the Blacklight mascots. So there were a lot of different Pops with some different variants. And then for those of you who actually went to Fundays itself, there ended up being an additional 19 exclusive figures. So there are a lot of Pops to get through today, so let's jump right into it. So we'll start with the ones that came in the box of fun, and we'll go down the list with the highest piece count all the way down to the lowest piece count. So we'll start with the first one, which is going to be the Freddy Funko as Batman. I thought this one definitely looked really cool, and it was the Batman sculpt from the new Pops that came out this year for the movie. I definitely thought it was a really awesome type of figure, and I would have loved to get that one. They also had Freddy Funko as Han Solo. I was definitely a big fan of this one, being a Star Wars figure, that classic Han Solo look, but with Freddy's head. That was pretty cool. Carnage is another one as well, Freddy Funko as Carnage. This one I'm not the biggest fan of, although I really do like a lot of the Carnage figures. This one just looked a little bit of a weird sculpt, so I was happy I didn't get it. And there was also one of my tops was the Freddy Funko as Mandalorian. It just looks great with his weapon in his hand. He just looks so great with the Beskar armor on and everything. I definitely dig in that one. Then we had a Disney one, which was Russell. So Freddy Funko as Russell, really adorable with his, Wilderness Explorer outfit on and everything. I really did enjoy that one. Going over to G.I. Joe, we did have Freddy Funko as Snake Eyes, and I was actually a big fan of this one. I'm a fan of the Snake Eyes character, and I was really excited for the movie that came out last year, although it was really bad. But this Pop is definitely a really great one. I love the visor kind of covering the eyes there. That looks fantastic coming from the helmet. Then we had another Marvel one of Freddy Funko as Thor, and that looks really cool. That classic Thor outfit on, I really did enjoy that. That would have definitely been one I would have loved to get. Next, we did have some different Squid Game figures, which honestly, these are a little bit lazy because they did the same sculpt for all three. It's just that they changed out the actual mask that he's holding in his hand. So we have Freddy Funko as the masked worker, Freddy Funko as the masked manager, we have Freddy Funko as the masked soldier. I'm not someone who has watched Squid Game, so I'm not attached to it. I know it was a huge show, so I know Funko jumped onto it by putting out regular Pops, exclusives, and then of course these ones as well. They even put out the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive 6-inch figure of the doll. So some of you guys might like it. For me, it doesn't really float my boat. But one that I really did like and I was looking forward to getting, although I've heard that not a lot of people enjoyed this one, this was Freddy Funko as Tron. I thought this one was great. We are big fans of the Tron movie, both Tron and Tron Legacy. Can't wait to see if they do another one. And with the new Tron ride opening up in Disney World really soon too, I think it's a great time to get in on Tron stuff. So this would have been an awesome one to pull. Now, one that I think was a lot of people's favorites was Spider-Man. And of course, Spider-Man is awesome, but it's a great looking sculpt of a classic Spider-Man suit. We just have Freddy's head on top. So I thought this one looked great, especially with the type of pose, with that jumping pose. I thought that one looked awesome. Another one that I think a lot of people were big fans of was Freddy Funko as Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Definitely does look like a nice pop with some great detail. Not one that was on the top of my list, but I thought it was definitely really cool. Then we had another G.I. Joe pop, but I think this one was one that a lot of people were going to be staying away from. This is Destro. Although it does look pretty cool with like a all chrome type of look, that silver chrome is nice, but Destro is not really a fan favorite character in the Funko Pop community. Then we had a Masters of the Universe Freddy Funko of Prince Adam. Now, I was surprised they didn't do a He-Man version of him. I think they have done a He-Man version of him in the past, like back like 6-7 years ago. But this one was Prince Adam. Not a huge fan of it, but still interesting enough. And I'm sure some Master of the Universe fans would definitely enjoy it. Then one of our favorite ones that we saw from this list was Freddy Funko as Darth Maul. And this one looked so cool. And we will talk about the variant of it in a little bit. But this one was definitely one of my favorite regular sculpts. And finally, out of all of these first ones that we were talking about that are all limited to 4,000 pieces, this last one is Freddy Fresh, which is actually an original Funko character. It's actually just a new Freddy Funko, which was interesting because the rest of these were all licensed characters. But the fact that they had one original character being that Freddy Funko, that was a little bit interesting. But Freddy Fresh does look pretty cool. It was actually one of the ones that we pulled. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's still cool enough. So that was all of the pops that were limited to 4,000 pieces. So there was a lot of them limited to 4,000. But now these next few are all going to be these more super limited ones, which we actually did get one of these, and another one is definitely on my wish list that I would love to trade for or possibly pick up on a great deal. And that one that I definitely want to try to get is Freddy Funko as Danny Phantom. Man, this thing looks so cool. This would look great next to our Danny Phantom pop, which I actually have right behind us over here. But honestly, the prices have not been out of control on this one, so it might be good for me to wait a little bit and potentially get it on a decent deal. Then we had a couple figures that were limited to 2,000 pieces, and one of them was the Metallic Carnage. And it does look a lot better than the regular one, although the coloring I think is still a little bit off. It just looks a whole lot darker than I would think Carnage might look like. The soda and the previous pops definitely looked a whole lot better. Now, our favorite pop out of any of the ones that came in the regular box of fun was the Darth Maul glow in the dark. And we were lucky enough to be able to pull this in our box of fun. I absolutely freaked out. I could not believe that we pulled this one, but it is absolutely amazing. And with it only being limited to 2,000 pieces, it is definitely super rare, and it is currently the most expensive figure out there according to PBG out of any of the pops in the box of fun, even the 1,000 piece limited ones that we're going to be talking about here in a second. And I actually do have a picture of the glow in the dark. It really does look really cool. And then finally, we did have a couple 1,000 piece limited pops in the box of fun, with one of them being the Metallic Thor, which definitely does look nice. I like how his armor on his chest is metallic. You can definitely tell the difference on it, so that one definitely is sweet. And then the other one is the Freddy Funko as Tron, this one being glow in the dark. This was another one that was on our wish list, and one that might be actually pretty good to get. So that was all of the pops that they had in the regular box of fun, at least that we have seen. I think at this point we probably have seen everything, but that was every single pop that has been released for the regular box of fun. But if you were lucky enough to actually go to the in-person Fundays event in San Diego, you had the chance to get 19 other Funko Pops, and I saw a lot of people walked away with some really great ones, and I'm definitely jealous that I was not able to make it out there and go to this event, because these are some figures that I would love to add to my collection. And we'll start with the ones that have the higher piece count. So we'll start with the figures that are going to be limited to 2,000 pieces. The first one that we got our look at was the Atomic Freddy. So this one does look pretty cool. Another more original Freddy Funko. He is jumping in the air and stuff like that. Looks like he's punching, so it definitely looks like a fun figure. Then we had a couple exclusive sodas that I actually came this close to trying to pick up the other day, but I decided it was just way too expensive to spend $100 on a soda. This is the Brian Mariotti along with the Mike Becker Funko Sodas. They're both limited to 2,000 pieces. There's no chases for them, but these ones look great. Brian's holding the Huckleberry Hound, and then Mike is holding the Bob's Big Boy, which it definitely looks great. I would love to eventually add those figures into my soda collection. Then there was actually a WWE figure, which was Freddy Funko as the Macho Man Randy Savage. So pretty interesting figures. Actually, this is the same one that they actually recently put out. I think it was exclusive to Walmart possibly. So it's the same figure, but of course we have Freddy Funko there under all the jewelry and the hat. So that's definitely a fun one. Next, we have another Squid Game figure. At least this one is a little bit different. This is player 456 from Squid Game, so he has the green jacket on and everything. So that one definitely looks a whole lot nicer, brings a lot more personality to the figure. And finally, to wrap up the 2,000 piece limited pops was the Blacklight Jabberwocky pop. So the Jabberwockies, they did recently get regular pops along with a chase figure that came out, but now there is the Blacklight, which definitely does look nice with the green suit and everything, the green outfit. Awesome look, and I really do like that pop overall. And also at the Fundays event, there were a couple pops that were limited to 1,500 pieces, and one of those was Loki, and this is more of a classic Loki look. Really does look awesome. That's definitely one of my favorites that I saw from the Fundays event. I would have loved to add that one. And then another one was Freddy Funko as Optimus Prime. I know Transformers fans have been going crazy for these Freddy Funko as Optimus Prime figures. There are actually 3 different ones. 2 of them we'll talk about here in a second. But this one really does look great. And finally, there were a bunch of 500 piece limited pops given away at Fundays. Again, 500 pieces. So these are some of the rarest figures that you are going to see. So if you actually got to Fundays and got any of these figures, kudos to you, because they're going to be hard to find a year from now. So the first batch of figures is all going to be the pop mascots. So the Blacklight mascots, we got the regular figures for them, and they were all limited to 6,250, by the way. They did put out a new version of each of them for the Fundays event, but what's interesting about these is that they are not only blacklight, they are also glow in the dark, which is the first time I have seen that myself. Really cool that they did that for the bandits, the pop protectors, the killer crowns, along with the proto robos. So they all got a 500 piece glow in the dark, and honestly, that Blacklight Bandit definitely looks like it's the best out of any of these glowing in the dark. So definitely a big fan of that one, but I would have loved to get any of these with the glow variant. Then another 500 piece limited pop was Loki, and this one is going to be the metallic variant of Loki. That's just a great looking variant with the metallic finish, more unlike the horns and everything. That looks fantastic. And then, as we mentioned, there were a couple more Optimus Prime pops. So one of them was Freddy Funko as the Optimus Prime metallic version. That one really does look nice, a whole lot better than the regular one, although that regular one does look nice. The metallic one just brings it to another level. And then there was also the Optimus Prime Freddy Funko Blacklight. Now, I believe this one was given out to the team that actually won Fundays, so everyone who was representing that team at Fundays won that pop. So that's actually really cool that they were able to get that, and the Blacklight definitely does look nice. And then we had some Freddy Funkos, just original Freddy Funkos for the event as well. So one of them was the Freddy Fresh, and so we actually got the Freddy Fresh in the regular box, but now we have the 500 limited piece Freddy Fresh with the orange coat. I do prefer this one over the black coat Freddy Fresh, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, but this one definitely was a whole lot better. And then we got some Freddy Funko Blacklight characters, which, man, these look great. So one of them is the Showtime Freddy Blacklight. This one definitely looks really great. Then we also had the Summertime Freddy Blacklight, which, man, that one also looks really cool. Both of them are knocking out of the park. And then finally, I think the one that's going to be the most valuable out of any of these is going to be the Freddy Funko Blacklight Soda, because everyone goes crazy for Blacklight, goes crazy for Freddy Funkos, and goes crazy for soda. So you can combine all three of those together, and man, this one is going to sell for a lot. If I ever got my hands on one though, it would not be leaving my collection, but definitely a really cool concept, and I'm glad that they made it. So guys, there's our look at every single new Funko Pop and Funko Soda that came out for Fundays and the Box of Fun for 2022. There was a lot. Guys, we went through a lot of figures, almost 50 different figures, but there's definitely a lot of great ones. I don't think there's really one dud in this entire list. There are some that I don't personally enjoy, but I think every single one is definitely a great looking figure. So kudos to anyone out there who either secured a Box of Fun or went to the Fundays. If you went to Fundays, of course, you get extra points, but definitely some really great ones. My favorites in general, definitely that glow-in-the-dark Darth Maul, which luckily we do have, the Danny Phantom, the Mandalorian, but also really a lot of those Funday exclusives like the Loki, like the Optimus Prime, of course the Freddy Funko Soda, the Brian Mariotti and Mike Becker Soda, all of my favorites from all of the ones that we talked about today. But now I do want to hear from you guys. What do you think about all of these pops that we talked about today? Have you guys gotten a chance to pick up any of the ones from this list, whether it's been through the Box of Fun or by going to Fundays or even buying them online or eBay or something like that? I would love to hear what your thoughts are. What's your favorite pop out of all the ones that we talked about today? Let me know about that in the comments down below, guys. And of course, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and also hit that bell to be notified whenever we have new videos. And thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.